So the story behind this upside down method is I was teaching right here in the Woodwright School, and up until this point, which was about 3 years ago, I had only taught rocking chairs, which you don't level like this. And so then we were teaching an armchair, and I looked around the shop about 10 minutes. I think John was assisting me that day. We were standing back here in the corner, and we looked around the shop and realized there wasn't a flat surface as wide as the chair legs were in the entire shop. And so Curtis's method relies on a flat surface that's as big as the footprint of your chair to do it. And so I was like, holy smokes, how are we gonna level this thing? And so somehow in that moment, I came up with this, which I've tweaked a little bit and continue to tweak, but it's the upside down method of leveling. So I put, first of all, you know, we in our seat carving, we took about 3/16 of an inch of wood off of this thickness here. And so we need to account for that now. And so I put it down on the bench and then put my weight back on the spindle deck, and you can see how the whole thing rocks back a little bit, and then put wedges under the front so that it's now level with the spindle deck. So the spindle deck is flat on the bench. Okay, and it's also level left to right. You know, it's not tipping there at all. So now we need to get the tilt that Curtis was talking about. He wants 3/4 of an inch lower in the rear than it is in the front. And so to make it lower, what we're actually going to do is raise up the back 3/4 of an inch. So I have a 3/4 inch block here, and I pick this up. So now, if we measure 18 inches all the way around this thing and cut off that wherever that mark is, we will end up with a flat surface, assuming, or a level chair, assuming that your bench is flat. You know, it's going to pick up whatever variations in your bench you have. Is that making sense, Curtis?
Yeah, I just don't see how you're going to get the angle. You're going to show me that.
So enter this gizmo. So it's just a framing square that I've clamped a block onto that will allow me to keep it square this way. So the block is square on the bottom there, and so it'll keep it more or less vertical for me. And then I take a pencil and a block that has a V in it, put the pencil in the block, and then slide this up to my 18-inch mark and clamp that on there. Yep. Okay. So it doesn't have to be totally precise. It's just but whatever you set this is at is going to be the height of your front legs, and then we're subtracting 3/4 of an inch off the back via the block that we inserted in the back of the chair. So then you can just take this gizmo and mark. Is that right? Yeah. I don't know what I would expect to have more leg here, but.
Well, you know, what I've tried to do is design it to where you barely have enough leg to take off. And that way you've got that long taper coming off of that bobbin that I like. And you also aren't making your foot thicker down there, because the more you take off, the more you run up that taper, and the more that your 7/8 foot or 3/4 foot or whatever you got starts turning into a 1-inch one. Yeah, and it's too big.
Yeah. So I actually had to lower my pencil a little bit because I didn't have enough. So I'm now at 17 7/8 heavy, which, whoa, well, probably should back up again. I just knocked it. So get these wedges in there and then lift the back up 3/4 of an inch, and now we can proceed.
Would it help to clamp your seat down?
That would be a good idea. Where am I on? I had a chip under there. Okay. Then do that. Okay. And then I just usually saw it on the floor. Is that what you do?
I hang it off the bench and saw it.
You
but
hang it. All right.
turn
Well, I'll do
around the
my
other
method
way.
first and then your method.
Yeah,
Does
yeah,
that
it
seem-
doesn't matter.
Seem fair? So I always saw the far leg. Can you see that? Yeah. I would never saw this one. I would rotate it around until I was sawing this one, which just makes it a little easier to sight. And then I'm going to sight down the saw plate at my mark on the far leg, and then wiggle my handle around till it's aimed at the mark on my near leg over here. So with it like that, I can just,
No, that's a great way to do it.
I thought I learned that from you.
Not from me.
All right, I'm going to do one more, and then I'm going to learn from you again how to do it.
I don't know. I think your method's better.
Huh. I can't think of another method. Yes, I can. Oops. Well, my undercarriage is not holding this leg in place with all those loose tenons. All right, well, let me leave that one. And you show me tell me how you would do it.
Now put the seat on the bench, flip it around 180. Now flip it over, let your legs on the side. Okay. You've done every way but the way I do it. Okay. Now rotate it. Now, as the legs are on the bench, there you go. And let one leg hang off. And you're going to then, just push down on it and hold it tight onto the bench and saw it.
Okay. Well, that would work if I put pencil marks on the inside of my legs, but since I put them on the outside, I don't have anything to see.
And that's fine. They can see exactly the way that it's done, right like that. That's the way I do it. But I like yours better because you can then sight down. You can sight to both of those legs, whereas you can't do it with that method.